Justin Parsons here with Titleist at Sea Island, and I'm here today to talk about course management and strategy and the way those two things are slightly separated in my view, but of course there are linkages between the two. I think of strategy as the planning component to your game of golf. Course management's a little bit more dealing with the chaos that the game of golf brings with it. So from a strategic standpoint, oftentimes it's good to get to the back of the green and take a look down the fairway, through the green, down the fairway and all the way back to the tee to see what opportunities and what threats there might lurk on the hole that we're playing. So from the back of the green, you might be looking at the different hole locations and where you might want to place the golf ball to those different hole locations, and potentially also where you might plan to miss to those different hole locations if you were to get into some trouble. So from there, if you're going to pan your vision back to the fairway and starting to see where you might leave the golf ball in order to access those hole locations, whether that might be with the trajectory of your second shot or the spin you're going to put onto the golf ball. And of course, when you're then in the fairway and scanning back to the fairway, you're really looking back to the teeing area to see where can I get the golf ball, or what part of the fairway am I trying to get the golf ball in, and where might I tee the ball up on the teeing area, and what sort of shot might I hit to get into that sort of location. Course management, of course, then is a wee bit different for me. It's like, I'd like to play the hole this way and I've planned to play it this way, but when I turned up for the tournament there's a 40-mile-an-hour wind, so all of a sudden the club that I chose off the tee isn't going to get me to the place that I wanted to get off the tee, so I'm going to have to make that alteration. When I hit it down to the fairway, it was in a divot, so I was planning to hit some sort of shot and I've had to react or respond to that. And potentially even, you know, some of the great players that I've noticed, they're very, very situationally aware. You know, when they're starting off a tournament, they may be a little bit more conservative. When they're finishing a tournament, they may be a little bit more aggressive when they need to be. So course management is a little bit more fluctuating and has a lot more creativity to it in some respects. Strategy is more the planning component. So here at number 11 at Seaside, we've got a par 4 that lays out around about 400 yards. We've got 35 yards to cover a bunker on the left that's fairly troublesome, and we've got 282 to a far bunker. So in this situation off the tee, what we're going to try and do is really position a second shot around about 250 to 270. Middle to the right side of the fairway gives us the best view for the second shot. Today the flag is located just to the left of center, so again that slight right hand fairway look is going to give us the best look at the flag, and the miss with the second shot would really be somewhere to the right of the flag, you know, giving you a nice putt up across a hill, and hopefully you can get out of here with a birdie look or a par.